Big day today, boys. Big day. First time I'll be working on a deliverable for the project, so it's kind of fun. So we'll probably start off on. I'm thinking maybe I can check the document that tells us like what we have to get. Check that out, see what the story is, and then go back over the little review we've done so far, and get some bits done. So let's get the instructions of what I have to do. Okay, so it's 20%. It's kind of hefty. Okay, so goals. Let's say have an understanding of what the report will look like and will contain okay. Read through the instructions given to us regarding Interim project. Structure lit review content. Structure lit review content into topics. Topics as organized as possible. What else? And also Mars Climate Database. What am I doing from this? Study, I guess, to show the most ideal time / location to run a balloon experiment. Okay. Now, thing is, yeah, I'll worry about those later on. Let's just focus on the lit review for now. Don't want to overcomplicate things for myself too early. But that's what I'll be doing, I guess. And we're setting this so early too. Like, this isn't due until the 28th of March, I think. So if I get the lit review, if I get a good bit of it done today and tomorrow, then it's gonna make these two, like, that's all I'll have to do, and I can do a really good job on that then. So yeah, today and tomorrow is gonna be a lot of work, but yeah, let's get pounding into it. So first I want to get surely there's some sort of like, oh yeah, sample interim reports I have here. Let's have a look at this. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm gonna flick through these, and it's just gonna be interesting to see how long they have on their lit review and how long they have on their other bits and bobs. So that's gonna be cool to see. I'm just on my Moodle on the other screen at the moment. Don't know if I'm allowed to show it or not, so I'm just gonna keep it here for now. Okay, I have slides. Okay, I'm just gonna skip right to Interim Report. Okay. So these are slides we were given on the report itself. How do I full screen this again? You like start from beginning? No. Surely I can full screen this, right? No? I like double click? No. Weird. Home? File? No. Home? Insert? Oh, it won't let me do anything, so maybe I should have clicked edit. Oh, slideshow from current slide. Perfect. This is exactly what I want. It probably looks weird on stream though, right? Yeah, it does. So let me fix that. I think I might just leave it as is. Oh, I'll zoom in. There we go. Okay, and notes. So let me get my notes going. Bring it over here. And then bring this down a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so information from slides. So these are slides given to us early on, basically kind of telling us what the story is with the report, what we have to get done, and then afterwards we'll flick through some example interim reports that were given to us as well by previous students who got distinctions. So a lot of information to get through here, so let's get going. Okay, so 2,000 words. Not including figures, tables, and reference lists. Due 27th of March at 18 o'clock. This is a real deadline as opposed to a fake deadline, of course, so must be aware of that. Okay, so 3 sections. What are the 3 sections? We have a brief introduction to the project. Oh, I need to make my notes a bit smaller, I think. Yeah. There we go. There we go. For once I have the notes like looking nice. So let's keep going. Brief intro to the project, including what's it including? A brief outline of the envisaged work. Okay. A brief outline of the envisaged work. Oh, it's doing that. I don't like these notes at all. I guess I just have to go down a lot like this. Yeah, that's annoying. I'll just keep it like this. Ideally, I'd have it so as I go to a new line, it like brings me down, like it scrolls down here. Yeah, whatever. Let's just work on. Brief introduction of the project, including a brief outline of the envisaged work. Description of the work completed to date. Okay. Of the work completed to date, with any conclusions. And a summary of the work still to do with a provisional contents list for the final report. Oh, and also update the schedule. We haven't drifted too far from our schedule, so it's good so far. Should discuss the contents and style of this report with your supervisor before writing it and at the draft stage, but it will be assessed, so it must be your own work. 3K hard maximum, you can't go over that. It's 20% of the available marks. Yeah, it's a big one. So let's go put that here again. 20%. No picnic, baby. Okay. So what else? What else is going on here? Marking. How is it marked? Amount of actual research work that the student has carried out, and any preliminary conclusions reached. Okay, that's good. I've done a good bit of research so far, and I've talked to a lot of people too, so I'll be getting good marks in that regard, I would imagine. Report should reflect how well the student has grasped the aim of the project and has tackled the initial literature review during the weeks of the project. Okay. Should reflect how well the student has grasped the aim of the project and has tackled the initial literature review during the first weeks of the project work. Okay. Maybe I kind of want to show the examples on stream, but I don't feel comfortable doing it without initial like without the authors give me permission, you know. So I might look at them myself on my laptop. I might find their name, and then I can just message them on like LinkedIn or something and be like, "Yo, do you mind if I look at your shit?" So we'll see what happens. Okay. And the last point is expected to contain a summary of the work still to do, an updated project schedule, and a provisional contents list for the final report. Okay. What's next? Mark of 100, pass mark 50. Minimum pass mark will be given where the work addresses the basic requirements, albeit in a preliminary way. Merit for work that is addressing major requirements and shows some originality in their approach. Distinction is given for work which not only addresses all the major requirements but also shows distinctiveness, excellence, and or originality in the approach. Okay. So I need to basically cover what's being said, but I also need to do a bit more. What's saying here? It's kind of funny. It says distinction is given for work which shows distinctiveness. Like, it's sort of like in the IT crowd. Oh, good morning. That's a nice Tibetan bow you have there. Just keep going. Assessment interim report. Okay, so this is the breakdown of the marks. Okay. Breakdown of marks. Okay. So it's out of 100. So total. I'll do a total at the end. So we have introduction, problem definition, and references. That's 20 marks. Amount of work done and preliminary conclusions. That's 35 marks. Work still to do. Final report contents plan. Updated project schedule. And that's going to be 15 marks. Report presentation, literary style, and organization is 30 marks. That's a load. Wow, that's huge. I need to really make sure that's like really well done. It's fucking loads of marks just for organization, you know? You'd imagine that the references would be in there too, so I'm a bit confused, but let's go with it. Interim report represents 20% of the available marks for the individual project. Note that presentation is highly weighted for this report to encourage good habits for the final report. Okay, they answered my question there. Let's keep rolling. Can be lots of reasons why you might not have done as much as you had hoped. Explain those reasons. What steps are needed to address issues going forward? If the original goal has changed, justify why. Credit is given for really demonstrating critical thinking. The original goal has changed, justify why. Okay, so that's kind of relevant for us. Let me get the highlight on. Oh, whoops. Okay, so what am I saying here? If original goal has changed, justify why. Credit given for demonstrating critical thinking. What's up, Masturbate now? How are you, man? How would you get a balloon to Mars? That's what we're trying to figure out. Do you mean like, how would you get it like to Mars, let alone the operation of it? Probably however the rover got there or anything like that, just send it over the rocket. The issue with a balloon though is you need to like fold up the balloon envelope in a certain way. So the storage of it is actually what's kind of important compared to a rover. So yeah, it's nothing too crazy. You wouldn't inflate the balloon from Earth and then like float it over. I don't think that would work. I've seen a few papers mention that before, but not really. How would you control the balloon? Yeah, that's another issue. So the Ingenuity helicopter, which is a helicopter on the rover, I think they use that with remote control. But the issue is there's like a 12-minute delay between signals coming to and from Mars to Earth. So on one hand, you need to like plan all of your stuff significantly ahead, which means there's not really much room for surprises. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Imagine playing like a game or something with 12-minute delay, you know? Something that we don't have to worry about these days. But yeah, controlling it is a bit of an issue, alright. There have been missions before on Venus, I think. And they use something, they use balloons as well. So, but they were quite short missions. I think it was like less than an hour. So, maybe a good place to start to look at for how to control it, to be honest. I'll be definitely looking at those papers again down the line, because I definitely have to discuss the control aspect of it. For sure. Okay. So what was I saying here? If original clothes change, yeah. So two things I can say that have changed here is the title slightly changed, and the titles changed from systems engineering approach to a feasibility study. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna spell this like. Nope. Do it this time. Feasibility. Is that it? No, boys. I feel like there's an I somewhere. There we go. Feasibility. To a feasibility study. So that's one thing that we changed and we can talk about that in the report. What else? We went from focusing on Beagle 2 landing side to adopting. What am I looking to say here? Adopting an original approach, I want to say. Yeah. So previously, the idea was to use the balloon to find, like where an old rover had crashed, basically, and take the information from that. But instead, we decided to just go completely original and to get new data. Okay. So back to this. Okay, and that's the presentation. We don't care about that. So that's all it is. Not much to it. So, looking at the notes. So, brief introduction to the project, including a brief outline of the vision of the work. So, my issue, I don't know whether I should have the lit review completely on its own or if it should pour into both of the first two sections. That is kind of tough. Not too sure. Looking at the breakdown of marks, the introduction, problem definition, and references are 20 marks. So it's about a fifth. Or it is a fifth. So that means that the introduction, probably a maximum of 600 words. Especially considering that they have references in here as well for the 20 marks. So then the next is amount of work done and prelim conclusions. That's 35 marks, and that is section 2 in full. But the problem is this part here is worth 30 marks. So I think, yeah, I think what I might do is I'm gonna say that these this mark allocation is how I'll decide how many words to write for each section. So this is really important. Like getting this down is a good way of like kind of figuring out how many words to write for every section and all that. So what is this? This is 70 marks total. So introduction to problem definition references is 20 marks. So get my calculator out. 20 divided by 70 by 3000, and that gives me 860 words, we'll say. So my intro should be about 860 words. If you base it totally on the marks, you know. So that's like around, I'm just gonna say 860 words. Then this is gonna be about half of it, so we're gonna say about 100 or 1,500 words. And then work still to do and all that buzz is going to be about what, 640? Yeah, about 640 words. Yeah, that's how I kind of like to plan sort of assignments and stuff too. If they give a detailed breakdown of the marks, see if you can apply that breakdown to individual sections that you'd be writing. And that gives you a good baseline as to how many words should be in that section. Okay. Demonstrating critical thinking, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the papers as well that I downloaded, and I want to see if I can get names. Okay, unfortunately there's no names, so I'm just gonna run with it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn down the music a small bit. Okay, and let's look through this. So I'm gonna get my notes out. So going through example interim reports. So things to look out for. Things I'm interested in is number of references, number of images. Oh, spell references wrong. Number of images. And I want to see how big of a literature review was done. That's all I really want to know. What's actually in the content, not too big for me, so let's have a look. Okay, introduction. So seems like trying to get a good bit of the lit review in here. Okay, so it seems like the first 2 pages were like lit review. This then, I think this is like now getting more into where we think we can get the work done. Muller, that's my supervisor. Shout out Muller. Okay, so we're saying, what, about 2.5 pages? Just write this down. So, report 1. I'm gonna go equals, 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 and every equal sign is gonna be the answer to the question I have posed already. So, yeah, up here, things to look out for. So, having a literature review is like 2.5 pages, I think. Because you have this page, and then you. And those 2.5 pages had 2 images as well, so I'm actually gonna just run it down. I'm just gonna say what the writing was. So 2 pages. Scroll. So now we're into the project aims. Okay. Excuse me. So what's going on here? I have no idea what this means. So it seems that the lit review kind of comes throughout the project. So I think I need to change this around. So I'm gonna say here is lit review throughout. Problem is presented. Solutions are explored. Yeah. Guess that's what I'd say for that. Oof. Is this? Okay, so this is from a paper. I think figure 6 is original. And for the interim report to get this stuff done early on is dope. Really impressive. Number of references. Okay. So we're going to say 40 references. And we're going to say how many pictures? 1, 2, 4, 5. Oh wait, what? Figure 14, 15. Oh my god, so many figures. I'll just check the last figure. $19. Wow. Plus appendix. I have no idea what went on in that whole paper, to be honest, but it's very impressive. Okay, next one. I'm just seeing no references. Oh wait, I am. Oh, they use this way of referencing. Well, that looks so cool. Okay, 16 references here. So we have 4 images, and little review, very small, like very small. About a page. Report 3. One thing I've noticed is that the contents, like this. It's been there all the time. So general observations, full example contents for final report. Some reference like blah 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 has been done slash researched slash studied extensively as seen in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 like that. Good emphasis on work that has been done already. Okay. Literature review is presented in some form. Goals are then expressed. Literature is used to back these goals up or work already achieved in these areas. Oh. 19 images. Images fucking like 20 plus, right? And the lit review. Alright, last report. Only 2,600 words. One, two, three. So 6 or 7 pages with derivations. I can see myself basing my review off this paper, to be honest. Just the structure was kind of nice. Bum, 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 bum. What else am I saying here? Structure was really nice. Review work done during the year. What's next? 9 references. What the fuck? Okay, so those reports scared me a little bit. They're very good. I wonder if I can do something like that. Jesus, like just really good work done by all these. Okay. Okay, so I need to. I need to organize my notes. That's what I'll do. So, organize notes. Okay. So I'm going to try and compartmentalize literature papers. Figure out what I want to say and what I need to say. Excel be better for this? No, I don't think so. Oh, I never knew you could do that. That's so late. MG for Montgolfier. No, red, I don't fuck with. Maybe like... That paper was insane, we gotta remember. Drones. Bum 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 bum. I'm gonna put disc paper in other planets as well, because it does a bit of both. Bum 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 bum. Oh, this is a bit of a slog. This is a bit of a slog. Not gonna. A little bit. Bum. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick cup of tea. fold my clothes. Damn. God damn. Hey, don't judge me, okay? Shit happens. Oh, what about you?
Never thought that we'd go this far. Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? Today counting days until a second glow. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, start it down the yards. It's all you need to do.
Alright, let's look at some news. What's going on in the world? Yeah, let's check some stuff out. Okay. So first, China to develop 2 super heavy launchers for moon missions. What's going on here? Helsinki? This is in Helsinki? Or is it in China? I'm confused. China will work on development of 2 types of super heavy launch vehicles for future lunar projects, a senior official said Wednesday. Jiang Ji, a chief designer of the Long March 3A series of hypergolic launchers, told press in Beijing March 3rd that the China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology would continue development of both a heavy launch vehicle and a new generation crew launch vehicle over the next 5 years. Okay. Super heavy launcher is known as the Long March 9. While various figures have been published, it is expected to be around 93 meters long, feature a 10-meter diameter core, and have a mass at liftoff of 4.1 thousand metric tons. Capable of lifting 140 tons to low Earth orbit, or 50 tons to trans-lunar injection. It'll also feature 4 5-meter diameter side boosters comparable to a Long March 5 first stage. Okay. What else is going on here? Requires breakthroughs in large diameter structures, high thrust engines, China developing a dual nozzle, 500 ton thrust kerosene liquid oxygen engine, and a 220 ton thrust liquid oxygen stage combustion cycle engine for the second stage. This is no small feat here, to be honest. Expected to launch in 2030. Bit down the road. The new generation crew launch vehicle is expected to be a concept unveiled by the China Manned Space Agency in recent years. So it's based on a previous design, and it's China, which is the previous design is China's current largest vehicle. But I assume the new one will probably be bigger than that, I imagine. The successful development of these two types of rockets will greatly enhance the ability of the country's spacecraft to enter outer space. I mean, China are already doing bits in space, to be honest. I'm not too sure what that sentence is supposed to say. I guess it's that they can do it better, right? Fair enough. What else is going on? Bring some clarity to the status of the heavy launchers. Okay, so there's been a new launcher announced, and people were kind of confused. Okay, does this mean that you're not working on the launchers anymore, or is it still happening, or what's going on? But from my understanding, everything is still going ahead. Long March 9 is going ahead, and the new crew launcher is going ahead as well. Space-based solar power is super interesting. Hasn't been properly mastered yet, but yeah, I mean, if people can figure out how to use solar power in space properly, so much money is going to be saved on these missions. Using solar panels on Earth to generate electricity, let's say, you actually don't get as much solar power as you would at all if you were up in space on a satellite, let's say, with a solar panel. So yeah. So previous concept, low Earth orbit rendezvous and docking would take place before TLI. However, a new lunar landing architecture with the new crew launcher seems to have prevailed, with the Long March 9 providing support. Okay. Long March 9 is an interesting name, but that's just the name of the rocket. China last year tested a new generation crew spacecraft capable of transporting astronauts beyond low Earth orbit, demonstrating a commitment to developing crewed lunar capabilities. Chang's 5 lunar sample return also adopted a complex mission profile involving a lunar orbit rendezvous and docking, verifying some of the techniques and technologies needed to get astronauts home from the moon. International Lunar Research Station. So it'd be like a space station on the moon, and it's China and Russia on that project. I mean, I'm all for it. China seems to be really on the boat for Mars, like more so than any other country, I think. Obviously you have the SLS things going on with NASA, ESA, or is ESA with SLS? Not 100% sure on that, but yeah, China is blowing me away with how much work they're putting into their moons. Pretty cool. What else do we have? The Blue Origin. Blue Origin delays first launch of New Glenn to late 2022. So New Glenn is the name of their rocket, I say. I'm actually learning this for the first time right now. But nice station, right? Looks pretty nice. Looks like a cool place to work. Senior VP Jarrett Jones said the schedule had to be pushed back following the Space Force decision to not select New Glenn as a national security launch provider. Dun dun dun. Sounds like it's something to do with, I don't know, admin issues probably. Not fun. So let's look. Blue Origin pushing back the first launch of its New Glenn rocket to late 2022, saying it re-baselined the development of the launch vehicle after losing a key Pentagon contract last year. So they lost a bit of moolah. Okay. They announced on the 25th of Feb that it has a new target in the fourth quarter of 2022 for the first launch of the rocket from Launch Complex 36 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. And originally it was supposed to launch in 2020, but then it got pushed back to 2021, and I'm sure with COVID and everything that's going on, things are just getting pushed back quite a bit, so it happens. It's fair enough. So Blue Origin Senior VP told Space News that the schedule had to be pushed back for technical and financial reasons following the Space Force decision in August to not select New Glenn for the NSSL. Okay. Big hit, had to consider economics. Blue Origin lost out to ULA and SpaceX, who were selected as national security space launch providers from 22 to 27. Now that's a bit of a bummer for them, right? Like that's 5 years where they're just like losing out contracts to ULA and SpaceX over and over. So I can see why they're angry. Not being selected cost Blue Origin billions of dollars. Blue Origin in October 2018 won a $500 million launch service agreement deal with the Air Force. Oh, but it was terminated in December 2020 after they received what, half the cost? Yeah, just over half. Wow, cost the company $3 billion in revenue. They're just getting blown everywhere. Maybe that's why Jeff had to step down from Amazon. He needs to work a bit more on Blue Origin, it looks like, to be honest. Okay. New Glenn be ready to compete again for NSSL Phase 3 when the new contract goes up for bidding in 2024. But bear in mind, you're bidding in 2024, but you're looking to win in 2027. So they're kind of pot out of luck for the next 6 years. They're gonna have to do a lot of work and really kind of show them in 2024 that they're really meaning business. Okay, so they've rebaselined. Okay. So what did they do? We looked at everything that was on the table, including funding and customers, and we put together a high probability schedule where we put all of our resources and spread out the necessary funding we needed. Basically, they're trying to find anything they can do possibly to keep the company running. Obviously, like with Jeff behind them, they're not going to have, too many issues with money. But it's not looking too hot at the moment. Not looking too hot. I worry about everything. Oh god. The company has completed a qualification version of the 7-meter payload fairing for the rocket along with a payload adapter, which will be tested later this year at NASA's Plume Brook Station in Ohio. Blue Origin has a first stage simulator in its Florida factory that some observers caught a glimpse of earlier this month. Within the next couple of weeks, people will start to see that roll around, Jones said. The company is also completing the new facilities at LC-36, a former Atlas launch pad that Blue Origin took over in 2015. Major construction at the pad is now wrapping up, with system activation and checkout starting. The expectation is that next year it'll be commissioned. Yeah, it seems like a lot of these companies are looking for new kind of their own zones to like get stuff out, right? SpaceX has the oil rigs that they're looking to refurbish, and now Blue Origin has a former Atlas launch pad. So yeah, they're doing bits. That pad cost the company $1 billion, part of a $2.5 billion investment by Blue Origin in facilities such as the New Glenn factory just outside. Okay, so it was like an infrastructure spend, and that one pad cost them about a fifth, right? Oh no, sorry, just under a half, $1 billion to $2.5 billion. Not looking too good. Jones said Blue Origin intends to deliver flight qualified BE-4 engines to United Launch Alliance on time for ULA's planned maiden launch of its Vulcan rocket later this year. We're hot firing regularly, and every time you turn around, we're doing additional tests, he said. We have over 11,000 seconds of accumulated test time, and we feel confident. So yeah, they're backing themselves. They have a good company. They're doing good things, but they're just not getting the contracts they need to really keep powering ahead. Okay, so it's going to fulfill its current commercial contracts and then pursue new civil space contracts. So who are they working with? Yeah, Eutelsat, MooSpace, OneWeb, Sky, Perfect, JSAT, and Telesat. They're really focusing on telecommunications, right? So they're going to have to take a step back from their lunar missions and anything else and just try and make sure that they're getting their contracts fulfilled. These kind of telecommunications ones, which would mainly be just sending satellites up to space and kind of having them orbit around. But yeah, that's about it. Until maybe 2027 if they win in 2024, right? So we'll see how that goes. Blue Origin also intends to position New Glenn to compete with SpaceX in the rideshare market for small satellite launches. You can tell that already by the companies they're working with. I don't know all of them. Sky, Perfect, JSAT. I thought that was Sky, and then I thought the other was Perfect JSAT, but it's actually one company. But yeah, they're all telecommunications companies, which would be in the range of small satellite launches, maybe some bigger ones too, but mainly focused on satellites orbiting Earth. That's basically all they're doing. So yeah, they are intending to position themselves to compete with SpaceX in this region, um, especially if you consider SpaceX is going to be ploughing ahead with Mars, with the Moon, with that. They're still working on their Falcon launches. So yeah, it seems like a prime area for Blue Origin to just kind of maybe monopolize and just own that industry of sending small satellites into space. It's a really big opportunity for us at Jones. We're doing development work now to look at the different adapters we need to have for different satellite sizes and for reconfigurable satellites. Okay, what else? Engine shutdown led to failed Falcon 9 booster landing. What's going on here? So Falcon 9, in case you weren't aware, I think, I don't know what date it was. I think it was like early February. But it was just a test launch. They ran into some issues initially because I think there was some admin issues, or I think they didn't have like the proper like forms signed or something for the FAA to allow them to launch. So it got pushed back a few days. They rolled out Falcon 10, and yeah, Falcon 9 launched a few days later. Went up fine, came down not so fine, and crash landed a little bit away from the launching pad. Big burst of flames. Well worth checking out if you haven't seen it. So what's going on? What's the title again? Engine shutdown led to failed Falcon 9 booster landing. Okay, so it says in the title. And this is it right here. Some immense amount of power coming from that engine. Okay, so F9 first stage failed to land after a launch last month because one of its engines shut down during flight after a hot gas breached a worn out cover. During a NASA press conference March 1st about the upcoming Crew 2 commercial crew flight, Benji Reed, who is the Senior Director of Human Spaceflight Programs at SpaceX, said that while the booster used on that February 15 launch was making its sixth flight, some components on it were life leaders that had flown more often than any other in the Falcon 9 fleet. So those parts had experience. Straight up. That included boots or covers around parts of the Merlin engines in the first stage. This was the highest count number of flights that this particular boot design had seen. However, one of those boots had a little bit of a hole that allowed hot gas to get into parts of the engine during flight. A little bit of the hot gas got to where it's not supposed to be, and it caused that engine to shut down. So, while they had tried and tested pieces, maybe they were a little bit too tested. Maybe they were a little bit too tried. Reed didn't mention at what point in the launch the engine shut down, but he suggested that it took place during ascent. A great thing about Falcon 9 is that we have engine out capability, he said, meaning that one of the first stage's 9 engines can shut down without jeopardizing the mission. It's like a fail-safe mechanism, I think. Yeah, if one thing breaks, like, you still have most of it working. So you're not going to be completely shut down. So I think what happened probably was, let's say, I don't know how many engines are on it. Let's have a look at the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, maybe there's like 8. We'll say there's 9, because Falcon 9, right? I don't know. Let's say there's 9. If one of them break, you still have another 8 working, and it might be a bit lopsided, but it's still going to remove, as opposed to it all shutting down and you just crashing, you know? So, where was I again? I think I was like here. Yeah. So, Reed didn't mention at what point in the launch the engine shut down, but he suggested it took place during ascent. Interesting. Didn't seem too dodgy on the way up. It only seemed like it really messed up on the way down. The great thing about F9 is that we have engine out capability. We said it already, my bad. Okay. The shutdown of the engine, though, kept the first stage from landing when the booster came to return home because of the problem with that particular engine. We didn't have enough thrust to get back to where we needed to be and didn't land where we wanted to be. Reed's comments offered the most detail to date on why the booster failed to land, breaking a streak of 24 consecutive landings dating back nearly a year. Wow. So yeah, it's the first big one in a while, like the first big crash. I thought SN8 also failed. Let's see. Falcon 9 not launched since the February 15 mission, though the company attempted to launch 28th of February of another set of Starlink satellites. The launch was scrubbed 84 seconds before the scheduled 8:37 p.m. Eastern liftoff, and the company has not provided more information about the cause of the scrub. During the webcast of that launch attempt, SpaceX hosts did not discuss the failed landing. However, they noted that there will be no video from the first stage on that launch, a break with the company's standard practices. SpaceX put everything out. They want like complete transparency on everything they do. They live stream all their tests. They're just really kind of in tune with making sure everyone knows what's going on. So the fact that they're kind of being a bit quiet about this, I don't know what it means. But I hope that doesn't happen in the future again. It's good that they're doing this, making sure everyone knows what's going on, because it makes it so the world's not so small. So Reed said that the engine problem was a great lesson that we learned as the company works to better understand the lifetime of the F9 boosters and which components are most susceptible to wear and tear. The company is also working to upgrade control systems on the vehicle to even further detect and control what the vehicle needs to do in circumstances like that. And yeah, like Joe, look, it failed, it broke, it crashed, whatever. You do learn so much from these things, and they have the money to back that failures, you know? They don't mind. The knowledge they get is worth that money in gold, so they don't mind. Worth that money in gold, worth the weight in gold. I'm getting mixed up. Let's keep going. NASA has been following the investigation to understand if there are any problems that may pose safety issues to the F9 that will launch the Crew 2 mission, currently scheduled for no earlier than April 20th. We will follow along with SpaceX's investigation, said Steve, manager of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, including making sure they understand the problem before giving approval to the mission. Making sure it's all good, making sure everything's good, making sure everyone's happy. Makes sense. The big difference between the Starlink missions and the Crew 2 is the number of flights. We're about to embark on our first reuse here for a crewed vehicle, he said. The F9 booster that will launch Crew 2 previously launched the Crew 1 mission in November 2020, but with no flights in between. SpaceX Starlink flights are pretty far out there in terms of the number of reuses of the boosters, he noted. They're pumping those things up crazy amounts. I think they have like 60 satellites on each launch, and they're pumping them. There's so many up there right now. But yeah, this is the first time people will be reusing it. But look, it's tried and tested. Should be okay. More than should. It will be. I mean, it just will be okay. Like, fingers crossed. The astronauts who will fly on Crew 2 have also been keeping track of this and potentially other Falcon 9 issues. We've been briefed about every month on the updates of our spacecraft as well as the rocket, so we're very confident that they're going to figure out what's going wrong, said Shane, NASA astronaut who will command Crew 2. It's just been a few little things on a few of these rockets. He didn't elaborate on what those few things are. So he seems pretty confident. See what happens. Yeah, that should be pretty cool. Okay, so I think what I want to do next is, where am I in the notes? Yeah, I've just been going through papers and kind of compartmentalizing them a bit, so when I go back over it I can kind of know where the drag bits from. But what I might do now is I might get my overleaf going. Yeah, so overleaf is what I use to like write reports and stuff. It's basically an online version of LaTeX. It's like a fancy Word document basically. You can like write different commands to help you with formatting and things. I just like using it. I was recommended to use it for my undergrad, so I just kept using it then. Yeah, so what I tend to do is I have like a template that I got online for specifically UCL reports, and I always just kind of like delete the work I've done on it before and then like make a new copy of it, so then it's like fresh, but the template's still there. So I'll do that now, and I'll just organize it so I have my different sections, so I can get started whenever I'm ready to go. So first I'll make a copy of it. New name. Alright, because I've done this work actually, I can just throw it over here. So yeah, as you can see, this is all like kind of stuff I've done. Like, so this is all like assignments from this year. And then you have like this stuff, which is like work from last year. Yeah, like in my undergrad. What else have we got here? Yeah, just all kind of research stuff. This one was kind of fun actually. Let's have a look at this. This is a group project I did in fourth year. It was like seeing how people, yeah, investigation and subsequent mitigation of head trauma due to robotic arm impact. Wait, was this just me? I thought I did this with a group. I was sure I did this with a group. I think I did it with a group, but we had different reports or something, I think. Yeah, basically we were talking about how in the future there's gonna be like factories with like robot arms and workers happening a lot. So the idea was, okay, first let's quantify like how fast does the arm have to move to like cause significant like head trauma, let's say. We just focus on the head because we want to keep it easy. And then what can we do to like mitigate that damage, you know? Like there has to be a level that we can't go above that, because otherwise you're gonna have your workers being fucking concussed the whole time, right? So yeah, we like made this guy, made the robot, and then we just flung the arm around and just kept on hitting the head and seeing how sore it was really. Let's see. So yeah, this is one of them. It's like the guy's walking towards it and it like comes in, hits him in the head, and he gets like flipped over this way. And then the other one was hitting in the back of the head. So he's walking forward, back of the head, falls forward. Now this one you'd imagine would have a bigger trauma than this one, because you have the arm coming towards, but you also have you walking towards. So the relative velocity of the arm is actually quite big there. And it's the speed is what really the strength of the trauma comes from. Whereas this one, you're walking away from it, so when it hits the back of your head, it's as if it's moving a little bit slower. What was this one then? Oh, downward. So it was like coming directly down, and it was then the one here was coming directly up. Yeah. What were the conclusions? Yeah, I think we found like a speed that the arm needs to try and go below, like a limiting factor, let's say. Yeah, I can't forget the exact numbers now. But I think there was like, yeah, the HC value was pretty big. So it was like if that HC value went above a certain point, you were gonna have like concussions and like brain damage and stuff, right? So as you can see here, with the bottom of the head and the top of the head, basically the speed doesn't matter at all, and then all of a sudden it like really matters. Like every increase of speed has like a significant increase in the HC value, whereas this gray one right here is sort of gradual, and then it does get a bit quicker at the end. But yeah, like it also starts quite late as well. Like it's saying here for the back of the head, anything below is at 3 rads per second. Anything below 3 rads per second is not going to matter at all, and we kind of got that conclusion earlier on, right? The front of the head here is like super early on, because like the moving of you towards the arm is gonna make the arm seem like it's going quicker, and then the impact will be larger then. I should get started on my work, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, I could talk about this stuff for ages. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so I'm gonna make a copy of this one. I'm gonna call it. What does that keep happening? Copy. Interim report. Mars UAV. Okay. So I'm just gonna go through this overleaf, and I'm gonna take out any text that is from the old assignment. And I'll also delete these pictures. I don't need them. Oh, this is kind of cool, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so first get the pictures gone. Second, I'm going to... Do you know what I might do actually is, when I have completely eliminated all the excess in this document, I'm gonna make a new copy. And in that way I can just copy from that the whole time. Ooh. Okay, so... I want to keep one of the online ones because that template is a little bit funky. Okay, so nothing, something, something. Does it just come after? Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna delete everything below this. And this is going to be a template of how to reference with an online source. I'll keep this up here and I'll add in more references. I'll just kind of copy that template over and over. Okay, so main text. I don't think I have anything in here I want to change. Author, I can change that. So get that away. Input name. Anything else? Contents, list of figures, list of tables, keep those. Student number, input student number. Input date. Yep. Okay, and I think that's everything from the main I want to fuck with right now. So yeah, what I normally do is I get lazy and I just like put everything into introduction, but I'm gonna do it properly this time. And so for every section, I'm gonna make a new text file in this overleaf, and then I'll have a bunch of slash includes here then. Yes. But yeah, that's looking good now. That's looking real saucy. I got get rid of this picture as well. Okay, introduction. Let's see. I can just get rid of all this. Yeah. Just get rid of it all. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna keep one figure and one image. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Nice. Okay, what else? Table, I'm going to comment this out. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so take out the caption. Yeah, I think this is looking good. Nice, and now I can get rid of pretty much everything, I think. I have a figure, yeah, and I have a table, yeah. Happy days. Let's get rid of it all. Oh nice, I have an image and table, do I? Simple image insert here, multiple captions here, and table there. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just get rid of them. And yeah, that's getting overly ready. I think that's pretty much good now. So let's recompile. Okay, it still has this stuff, so I'll get rid of that. Main text. Nice, I think that's good now. Yeah, bet. Okay. Oh. So I'm going to... Okay, I'm gonna save, because I want to save the template now. No, I don't want to do that. Let me go to overleaf menu. Okay, dope. And now if I go copy to, because I want to make... No, come on. And I'm gonna make one more copy because I have an assignment due. I think it'd be good to use overlay for that. What am I calling this? Group. Is it C I'm in? SPCE. Alright, what's up? What's next? Okay, I don't think I'll get too stuck into the doing of the project today. So I'm gonna set up my overlay fully. Hang on. I'm gonna set up my overlay fully. And then I'm going to make a bit of like a storyboard almost in my notes. I just wanted to have a good understanding of what I'm going to be getting put together tomorrow. So, sorry. Nice. Okay, so what am I doing? Input name. It's your boy, Peter Healy. I'm sure you're missing some nails, right? No? Okay. What's up, man? Large Anna's India. What's going on? Good day, mate. I get the feeling you might be from Australia. I don't know. I normally hear Australians say that sort of greeting. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay, title. I mean, do I recommend UCL or School University? I like it. I'm having a good time. It's kind of tough right now. I mean, everything's kind of shut down and stuff. I'm working from home the whole time, so I think my experience of UCL would not be indicative of what it is really like when everything's open again. Like if you're looking to go to UCL and you're looking for more information, if you have LinkedIn, you should go on LinkedIn and just like look up the course you're interested in doing. You'll never go there? Okay, fair. I forget what I just said the last few moments. You're from India, cool. I know a few Indians that were in my undergrad last year. I think that was because there was a program that, like, I think my university was like a sister college with India, or with an Indian college. So in like second year or third year of mechanical engineering, students from India would come over and like spend a year or two with us. So, I mean, could be on the cards for you. Could be on the cards. How's India at the moment with everything that's going on? Very good, nice. I'm glad to hear, man. I love hearing people around the world being like, look, where I'm from, it's going good. Always happy to hear. I don't know what to call my title. I'm just going to call it Interim Report for now. Or... no, I'll put the full thing in. So... here we go. I'll go onto my... I always have to go onto my channel whenever I'm putting in the title of my project and emails and stuff, because I have it written below my stream. And it's too long to know off by heart. So let me scroll down. Should be around here somewhere. Here we go. A feasibility study. So just copying that, and I'm gonna go back to here. There we go. Subtitle will say Interim Report. Let's see how that looks. The subtitle should be an extra slash, maybe. I guess that I assume that's probably why it's not on the next line. Yeah. Okay. Student number. Where am I? Here we are. Oh, whoops. I should put it here. Okay. Next input date will say March 2021. I had to check. I thought it was March 2022 for some reason. What's going on? So yeah, March. March 2021. Input name and department. So my supervisor is Jan Peter Muller. Okay. I'm just gonna go for this for now, because I don't know exactly how they'd like me to label this out, but let's just do it. Let's just put something in and forget about it till we have to worry about it. Ooh. That doesn't look right. There we go. In latex, if you want to use a symbol in your document, you need to make sure you put this little backslash, or forward slash, is it? From left to right, it's going down. Difference between forward and backslash. A good way to remember the difference between a backslash and a forward slash is that a backslash leans backward while a forward slash leans forward. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Let's go with that. Go back to work over here. So this is leaning backwards, so it's a backslash. So my point was, if you want to use a symbol in latex, you need to use a backslash before it. Otherwise, it might get confused and think that you're trying to use a function. Because I'm pretty sure this has a function if it's on its own. It's sort of to do with like the alignment on the page. Okay, what else? What else will I have here? So if we check the notes, scroll up. So we have 3 sections. We have introduction, description of work, and summary of work. So let's just do those, and then I can compartmentalize them inside those sections then. Okay, so slash include, what are we gonna do here? Description of the work completed to date with any conclusions. So let's just say exactly what they want us to say, right? Where am I? Back here? Okay, so and then lastly, summary of work still to do. Nice, this is looking pretty nice. And now can I include, oh, new file, okay. So new file, here we go, create, oh baby. Oh, I think it's just done alphabetically, right? Okay. And the last one is summary of the work still to do. It's maybe summary of future work. Or maybe here completed work. Okay. And then summary, yeah, perfect. Like, we're laughing. And then introduction.text, and all it has, yeah, just a section. Happy days. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Um. So I'm gonna go back to OneNote. Scroll down, and I'm still gonna keep on going through my papers and just making sure they're all organized. So I didn't clear my materials. So this is going to go under super pressure balloons. And then this test slide. Is another super pressure balloon as well. Then we have the gym bits, Nilly Fosse. Oh, it's an article, not a paper. Andrew Coates knows stuff. More articles, presentation, the papers, any change. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting an idea of what I want to get done. So bring this bad boy over here. What am I doing? Okay, interim report plan. So what do I actually want to talk about? Let's just list things down, okay? Okay, I want to talk about methane. I want to talk about material choice. I want to talk about D and I. I want to talk about payload. I want to talk about Mars atmosphere. I want to talk about Nili Fosse. I want to talk about testing on Earth. I want to talk about it's really important that I tell a very good story. Like just reading those papers earlier on, like I actually got a bit scared. I looked at what they have done and I was blown away. Like they had really good work done, you know? So I need to sell the story of like this being a cool idea. Really important. So what I have material choice, maybe a bit of H versus HE going on. Mass efficiency parameter. Temperature, or TG, let's say. Different balloon choices. Okay, so why balloons? Hmm. Okay. I think I got what I wanted to do today. I think I can get section 1 really stuck into tomorrow. Especially seeing as the first part of section 1 is to do with the work I've been doing the last few weeks. It's kind of funny how it works actually. We're going back in time. So the first part of section 1 will be talking about the study I've done the last maybe week or two. Then section 2 is going back to like kind of this area. And then the last part is going all the way back to the beginning. Section 2 will be brand new work. I'll probably be getting stuck into that next week. Set the calendar. So this bad boy is due here, okay? But tomorrow I'd like to get this done. I'd like to get this done tomorrow. So then next week, these 3 days, I think I should be able to get the thermal simulation in ANSYS done, and I should be able to get a bit of this done as well. And that brings me to this week, which is, yeah, just before it's due. And that week, I'll still have a little bit of this to do. I'll have the full section 3 to do, and I'll have to finish off section 2. So, yeah, it's good I'm starting early because it seems like I'll be working down to the wire with this. But yeah, anything we could look up? Put on the word right now. Artemis, we are focused. What's this about? Okay, what's going on here?
We're going to the moon to explore, and we're going to the moon for scientific discovery.
Our destiny is always to go and see what's further and what's next.
The moon is a stepping stone, and the moon is a place we need to learn how to live so that we can continue to go beyond.
I mean, like, I get it's our closest like place to do proper testing in what it's like to live on Earth. So, yeah, this makes sense to utilize it fully.
We are focused. We are focused on all that lies before us. Only together will we bring to life this global ambition of returning to the moon. And while our work is far from finished, we've never been closer to seeing a new generation step beyond our home planet. We are building on the achievements of those who came before. The giants who conquered gravity and raised a banner in the heavens. They beckon us to go farther, to the moon and on to Mars, to seek a deeper understanding of our universe and bring all that we learn home. 2020 was a year of unpredictable hardships, and yet, step by step, we resolved to press forward toward this grand vision. The daily efforts of thousands of suppliers from all across this country and around the world fed into stunning milestones and laid the groundwork for history.
Launch team, go.
Artemis has been woven into our culture. It has fostered collaboration across the aisles and across the ponds. It has grown beyond plans and preparations to include hardware and software. And now, it has a heartbeat. You can feel the momentum. It is undeniable. We are going. And together, we will see Artemis light the way.
Nice.
Our mission to the moon is no longer some far-fetched dream. This is reality. We are going.
This is the next step in evolution.
They're not just PowerPoint slides. They're actually metals being bent, shaped, formed to build the things that we're going to use.
This is real. This is going to happen. We're going.
We are going to the moon to learn how to live on other planets for the benefit of all.
Let's go.
What's Artemis? Artemis is, look it up now. Artemis is like NASA's new flagship mission, basically. Artemis program, and it's everything to do with the moon. So they want to build like a lunar gateway, which can be used to like easily launch rockets past Earth a bit easier. You save a bit of money on fuel and stuff. But it's a huge venture. It's done by like NASA's the main one. You have ESA, you have JAXA, you have CISA, ASI, ASA, UXA, UASA, and ABE. They're all involved. And yeah, it's sort of like a little testing ground that we can use to then eventually go to Mars. So what sort of SLS is the launch system. It's like the biggest rocket ever. Pretty crazy. It's well worth looking into it, because it's the main kind of project that's happening at the moment in space. How big is the project? Awarded contract. Do I just add these numbers up? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's in the expensive bracket anyway. It doesn't have like one number actually about the cost. Viper is like a pre-game mission, I'm pretty sure. I did a project on it before. But yeah, they're landing rovers quite early, and that's like a little testing ground to see where are they stuff on them. But it should have the cost up here somewhere. Yeah, 35 billion. So it isn't. Yeah, Artemis, well worth looking into. Yeah, anyway guys, that is me. I'm gonna call it there. I wanna chill out a little bit. I have a bit more work this evening, but I don't think I'm gonna stream for it. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and I'll be chilling, doing a bit more work.